Copyrighted broadcast is made under exclusive rights granted to the Metro News Radio Network by the West Virginia Secondary School Activities Commission. Any rebroadcast, publication, or use of the accounts or description of this game without the express written consent of the Metro News Radio Network is prohibited. The announcers on this broadcast are employed by the Metro News Radio Network and the West Virginia SSAC.
Time now to begin our evening session here for the Class AAA Championship game, and to do that we send it over to the Civic Center public address announcer, Mr. Frank Blake.
Good evening. To begin this final session of this year's tournament, we ask you to stand for the invocation to be given by Sissonville High School student Jeff Tigner.
Would everyone please bow your heads? Dear Lord, we thank you for both of these teams that you have given your blessing upon. Through hard work and determination, you have shown that both these teams are already accomplished and deserving of the best. We pray for their safety on and off the court. We pray that they show good sportsmanship and display a good attitude. There will only be one winner, but through their previously demonstrated actions, we already have two champions. We thank you for your blessings, dear Lord. Amen.
For this Class AAA Championship game, let's welcome the Oak Hill Red Devils. And let's welcome the Brooke Bruins. Oak Hill's head coach is Jim Lilly. Brooks' head coach, David Ryder. For Oak Hill, assistant coaches Ron Lewis, Fred Ferry, and Sam Calloway. For Brooke, assistant coaches Bud Scroggins and Kevin McCormick. The support staff for Oak Hill, Dennis Richardson, Eric Legg, Jeff Harding, Richard Helm, and Maurice Lindsay. For Brooke, trainer George Brindley, manager Steve Giulio, manager Steve Chiplinski, and Brian Byers. The Lions Club host for Oak Hill is Rat Thumb. A Lions Club host for Brooke is Eric McAllister. And now introducing the squads. For Oak Hill, wearing 32, Darnell Evans. For Brooke, wearing number 12, B.J. Ryder. For the Red Devils, number 51, Tim Walton. For the Bruins, number 40, Craig Lee. From Oak Hill, 31 is Mike Thompson. For Brooke, 34 is Eric O'Brien. For the Red Devils, 33, Anthony Trainum. For the Bruins, number 50, Jason Como. For Oak Hill, number 14, Mark Bloomfield. For Brooke, number 32, Mike Hartman. For the Red Devils, number 21 is Gant Montgomery. For the Bruins, number 24, Matt Retton. For the Red Devils, number 24, Lamerle Trainum. For the Bruins, 54, Patrick Valero. And now the starting lineups for Oak Hill. 5'10", a junior, number 5, Shannon Morrison. For Brooke, 5'11 and a half, junior, number 14, Mike LeSavage. For the Red Devils, at 6 feet, a sophomore, number 23, Romel Lynch. For the Bruins, 6'6", sophomore, number 44, Matt Gaudio. For Oak Hill, 6'1", a senior, number 42, Keith Shelton. For Brooke, a 6-foot senior, number 42, Charlie Basil. For the Red Devils, 6'6", senior, number 52, Artie Craddock. For the Bruins, 6'2", senior, number 20, Joe Iris. And for Oak Hill, 6'6", senior, number 41, Pavaris Green. For Brooke, 6'5", senior, number 30, Chris Gallo. And now we ask you to stand for the singing of our national anthem by Sissonville High School students Gina Young and Jeff Tigner.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
It's game time. The tip-off in 1 minute after we hear this message from Beckley College.
Hi, this is Patty Campbell from the new Beckley College.
And this is Dr. George Balsamer inviting you to join the 2,000+ students who've made the new Beckley College #1 in Southern West Virginia.
#1 in new degrees for new jobs in the 1990s.
#1 with the new Honors College.
#1 in new scholarships and new grants, including free education if you're unemployed or underemployed. Call us toll-free at 1-800-762-1500 to enroll now.
At the new Beckley College, you're #1.
Your West Virginia John Deere dealer is rolling out some great deals for you. Right now, qualified buyers can own the new 30 PTO horsepower John Deere 970 tractor for as little as $283 per month. That's $283 per month for the power you need to work in the toughest conditions. Monthly price quoted based on 48 months at 14.5 APR fixed rate with 20% down. Your monthly payments will depend on the good deal you get from your participating West Virginia John Deere dealer.
The 1989 West Virginia Class AAA Basketball Championship continues now from the Charleston Civic Center Coliseum. Once again, here's Tony Caridi.
We're all set to go. The two teams walk onto the court here at the Civic Center. Oak Hill will be wearing their red uniforms with black numerals and a white trim. Brooke comes out with their white uniforms, green numerals, and a gold trim. It will be PG Green, 6 feet 6 inches tall, jumping off against 6 foot 6 inch sophomore Matt Gaudio. Official steps in between, ball in the air, tip controlled by the Brooke Bruins' Joe I. Reese. 6 foot 2 inch senior gives back over to Mike Lesavage. He comes cross court over on the far side to Charlie Basil. Back to Lesavage. Oak Hill starts out in a 2-3 zone defense. Dump down low to Guile. Back up top Lesavage. Deep left side. Iris holds high overhead. Guarded there by Keith Shelton. Now back up top to the point. Now they swing it right side. Basil for a three. No good off the front of the rim. Rebound poked away and controlled by the Red Devils. Here comes Shannon Morrison. Oak Hill attacks from right to left. Morrison up at the top of the circle. Left side to Stuff Lynch, down low, Pavarius Green turns, fires, shot no good. Tipped up by Craddock, won't go. Rebound, Gaudio for Brooke. Here come the Bruins from left to right. Guile crosses midcourt, dumps over to Lesavage. Lesavage sorts things out for this Brooke offense. Fires left corner to Guile. Back to Lesavage, left to the circle. Back in that corner, here's Iris. Long one, in and around, no good. Rebound gobbled up by PG Green. He'll bring it up the floor himself. Crosses midcourt on the dribble. Reaches the left side of the key. Pulls up on the baseline and fires. Badly missed off the side of the backboard. And we've got a foul coming over the back. PG Green, a foul of frustration after badly missing the shot. Pulling up, hitting the side of the backboard. Came over the top of one of the Bruins, and PG Green called with the game's first personal foul.
What you want to do, Tony, is in that situation early on, don't try to do too many things. And that time he took the length of the court, got himself in foul trouble after a not a good shot that he took.
Bruins in their front court, looking for our first points of the game. Iris holds high overhead, far side of the floor. Up top to Lesavage, back to Iris, deep left corner. Guile drives the baseline, shot up, no good. Too strong, air ball, rebound, Craddock for Oak Hill.
Most of the shots by Brooke have been from the perimeter. Oak Hill trying to attack inside. Both teams playing zone.
Right wing, Keith Shelton, dump pass, Craddock all alone underneath. He shoots, no good, missed it. Rebound, Gaudio. Boy, two teams coming out a little bit tight here in the AAA championship game. We played a minute and a half, still no score. Up top, Lesavage to Basil, left of the circle, three-pointer, good.
Well, they're tight back in the zone, 2-3, Oak Hill, because they're trying to front on the inside Gaudio, so the perimeter shot definitely is there for Brooke.
Shannon Morrison up high, left side on the wing to Lynch underneath, he gets it to Green, and we've got a whistle and a foul call against Brooke, a block foul called against the Bruins, and that comes with exactly 6 minutes to play here in our opening quarter. Stuff Lynch dropping the ball down low to P.G. Green. He turned and was contacted there by Matt Gaudio, commits the floor foul.
The shift in the zone defense hurt a little bit. It was a high lob pass. Gaudio did not get there quick enough to cover.
P.G. Green inbounds. It's chased down out near midcourt by Shannon Morrison. He works to his left, gives off to Stuff Lynch. Lynch starts to the bucket, running one-hander on the way, no good. Rebound tipped up and in by P.G. Green. A great piece of offensive rebounding there. The big 6'6" Green skied to the bucket, tipped it up with one arm, and it fell through. 3-2 ball game. Brooke has the ball and the 1-point lead. Jump pass left corner, Guile fakes, drops it back to Iris. He'll try a three, in and around, no good. Rebound Craddock. He has the ball knocked away by Basil, gets it back, goes to Morrison. Here he comes. 4-on-2. Oak Hill. Morrison pulls up, 13-footer around. No good. Followed up and in by Stuff Lynch.
The second time down, they're running the fast break. Oak Hill out in good transition, and they're only getting one shot is Brooke High School.
2 straight buckets by Oak Hill, both of them as a result of offensive rebound putbacks. 4-3 ball game. We approach the 5-minute mark of the opening quarter. Here's Iris up high. Savage, left side, Basil fires down low on the baseline. It's Gaio. He has a shot rejected by P.G. Green. Ball gathered in by Keith Shelton. He gives off to Morrison. Oak Hill leads by a point, 4-3, under 5 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Morrison down in the paint, pulls up, 13-footer, good.
Well, you don't want to get him on a roll. Coming down the right side, nice crossover dribble. Got too much penetration that time, Tony.
6 straight points by Oak Hill. Into the front court. It's the Bruins. Iris gives over to Savage. He has the ball stripped away by Stuff Lynch. Loose on the floor now. Gaudio and Artie Craddock tied up. Jump ball called, and the possession arrow points to Oak Hill.
Too much quickness early on the part of Oak Hill. What you're going to have to do if you're Brooke High School is get the basketball moving away from those perimeter guards. Morrison and Stuff Lynch very quick in the front of that zone.
Morrison fires right side to Keith Shelton. His dump pass back for Craddock is tipped and stolen by the sophomore Gaudio. Gets it ahead to Charlie Basil. Basil, left side to Iris, has the ball poked off of a leg, and the ball will belong to Brooke. Last touch there by Keith Shelton. Brooke will inbound right in front of the Oak Hill bench. That's where head coach Jim Lilly is seated, along with his support staff. One of the people on that bench for Oak Hill is Coach Lilly's daughter, Timmy Lilly. She too is a basketball coach, Beckley Junior High School. 4:05 and counting here. First quarter action. Brooke on the inbounds has it tipped and stolen away. Now it's loose again. Brooke re-steals. Iris behind the back. Passes to Gaudio underneath. He shoots and scores. Nice piece of work there by the Bruins. Iris finds Gaudio, his first 2, and it's a 1-point game. Oak Hill with the lead at 6-5.
Brooke using their strength and quickness that time to get the steal.
Out high, Keith Shelton fires from 15. No good off the back iron. Rebound controlled by Joe Iris.
And they're not in a hurry to push it down the floor. They'll get in the hands of their ball handlers.
Dave Ryder watches intently on the sideline as his club starts to go to work. They're down by a point. Joe Iris to the near side on the baseline to Guile. Back to Iris. He'll try a 3. Good from the right side.
Boy, that'll open up. You hit that perimeter shot. You get the inside open up for Gaudio to go to work.
Bruins take the lead 8-6. Over to Shelton on the far side. He starts the bucket. 17-footer off the glass. No good. Rebound Charlie Basil. He'll push it up this time. Basil crosses midcourt. He's got LaSavage in the right corner. LaSavage now back up top to Basil. He'll fake. Back to LaSavage. Tries a long one right side. Good. And that's a 3.
Well, I'll tell you, they're hitting the right side of that zone defense, and that's the slowest part of the zone over where Stump Mitchell and Craddock are. They're finding the shot.
Bruins have that lead up to 5. 2:45 and counting. Down low on the baseline, left side. Craddock goes cross court to Shelton. Shelton loses it, chases it down, nearly loses the dribble. Now fires right side to Shannon Morrison. He'll pull up 16-footer, no good, but we've got a whistle and the foul call against Brooke High School's Mike LaSavage. That will be his first personal, second team foul against the Bruins. 2 minutes and 34 seconds to play here in the first quarter, and Brooke on 2 straight 3-pointers has built up an 11-6 lead.
And Tony, Brooke has had a nice little run here. They've done it by handling the ball in the front court, getting good shots in the seam of the Oak Hill zone.
Shannon Morrison at the foul line. First of 2, up, no good. Morrison, not a good foul shooter this season for the Red Devils, 50%. Here's his second chance. Again, no good. Too strong off the back iron. Rebound, Gallo. The Bruins have got the ball and the lead by 5 points. Mike LaSavage, cross-court, Basil. He'll try a three from out front. Good!
Not afraid to put it up. Any of the three on the perimeter for Brooke. Off to great starts in the front of that zone.
That's 4 3-pointers for the Bruins. They lead 14-6. Jim Lilly calls for a timeout, but Brooke has the ball. Here comes Gallo up the floor after a steal. Gallo to the top of the circle. Over to Iris on the far side. Under 2 minutes to play now in this quarter. Jim Lilly badly wants his club to get to that bench. He'd like to call a timeout, but Brooke has possession. Left corner, Gallo, baseline jumper, 16 feet away, no good. Rebound, PG Green. Green starts up the floor. Quickly over midcourt he comes. To the top of the circle, racing right side, 15-footer, no good. Rebound, Craddock. And we've got a foul call with 1:41 to play here in the opening quarter of action. A foul will go against Brooke High School. Exclusive coverage of the '89 state tournament being brought to you in part by Alderson Broaddus College.
Alderson Broaddus provides an education worthy of your attention. AB College provides an education that is personal. Small classes mean close interaction with teachers who care about your learning. AB provides education that is broad. Based on the liberal arts, AB graduates have learned to understand the whole picture, analyze problems, make decisions, and lead others. AB provides a specific education. Over 40 majors and 50 areas of concentration lead to careers in the natural and health sciences, humanities and education, business and computer sciences, and the social sciences. AB provides an education that doesn't stop when the class bell rings. Social life, campus activities, athletics, internships, travel, dorm life, and lifelong friendships are all extensions of AB's education. Related to the American Baptist Churches USA, Alderson Broaddus College offers an education without discrimination that is value-centered. Shouldn't AB College be providing an education for you? Call the admission office to find out how we can serve you.
Well, the Brooke Bruins come out firing from long distance. They're 4 of 7 from three-point range. Oak Hill on the other side, 3 of 12 from the field so far, 25% shooting, and they find themselves down by 8 points at 14-6. 1:41 to play. Oak Hill inbounding underneath their own basket as we resume play. The inbounds comes to Shannon Morrison. Morrison goes far side to Keith Shelton, 17-footer on the way, no good. Craddock, though, hauls in the offensive rebound, left baseline. He pivots to the bucket, gets in the lane to Green. He turns and shoots and scores. PG Green with his 4th point, and that breaks a Brooke run there, Jay.
Well, he got into the conference area right in front of that basket, and he turns beautifully. Always squared up when he takes a shot. Knock off the outside shot by Green. Find him inside.
Here's a steal out front by Stuff Lynch. He drives by LaSavage, goes to the bucket, and has the ball stripped away, and they'll call a foul on Mike LaSavage. Out front, Brooke was trying to get their offense going. A cross-court pass was tipped by Stuff Lynch. He raced down the floor. LaSavage trailing, and LaSavage trying to swipe the ball away as Lynch was in the process of going up for the layup shot, and they call him on the personal foul. That'll be number 2 against Mike LaSavage, and the 4th team foul against the Bruins.
One of the early keys has been the fact that Brooke has shot the ball so well, Tony, from the perimeter. There hasn't been an opportunity for Oak Hill to push the ball down the floor, which is a great part of their running game.
Stuff Lynch misses the front end of a 2-shot foul. The Red Devils now 0 of 3 from the foul line, so they're not helping themselves out there either. Next one by Lynch is good. He's got 3 points. 14-9, Brooke with the ball and the 5-point lead as we come to the 1-minute mark of our opening quarter of action. 1989, I should say, Class AAA championship game. Here's Basil, tries a 3 left side, around, no good. Rebound, Artie Craddock gives off to Shannon Morrison. Morrison, the point guard for the Red Devils, loses the ball in the paint. It's loose on the floor and controlled by Brooke. Basil flips it over to Chris Gallo. Turnover cost the Red Devils again.
And Tony, I think they'll run it with 40 seconds on the clock. I think they'll just play for 1.
That's what the coaching staff on the Brooke bench is telling the club. Hold on for 1. Gallo has it up high now, 28 seconds and counting. Now to Basil, who stands right near the midcourt emblem here at the Civic Center. 14-9, that's the score. Brooke has the ball and the lead. 17 seconds and counting.
They have nobody inside at all as Brooke. They've spread it out pretty good. Nobody around the basket. They'll use everybody that they can find free, but look probably for a perimeter shot.
All right, here we go now. Basil with 5 seconds gets to Gallo. Gallo back to Basil. Jump pass underneath. Gaudio loses it, gets it back. Baseline jumper, no good. Horn blows. Quarter number 1 is over here. And the Brooke Bruins head to their bench, high-fiving. They've got the lead, 14-9. This is the Metro News Radio Network. Well, neither club shot particularly well in the opening quarter. Oak Hill 4 of 14, Brooke 5 of 13, but the Bruins capitalizing on 4 3-pointers have a 5-point lead as we begin second quarter action. Brooke has possession.
And controlling tempo, that's been one of the big keys.
Yeah, we're on course right now for a 56-point game from Brooke, and they would not complain about that at all. They don't want to get it up there high. Here's an inside pass to Gaudio. He posts up, shoots and scores. Matt Gaudio with his 4th point of the ball game, giving Brooke a 7-point lead at 16-9.
You find him in there that low. I think that Brooke offensively has put the Oak Hill defense asleep.
Up top, it's Keith Shelton, holds high overhead. P.G. Green takes a pass on the cut, turns and fires and scores. P.G. Green.
Well, he's got Gaudio on him a little too quick to get the ball down. What Gaudio is going to have to do is beat Green to that spot that he wants right in the middle, 6 feet out in front of the bucket.
Official stops play for a moment, tells Artie Craddock and Pat Valero to knock off the pushing down low. So they've got a warning. 16-11, 5-point lead for the Bruins. 7:20 and counting, second quarter action. Joe Iris, deep left corner, gets it to Gaudio. He turns, fires over Craddock, too soft. Rebound off the front of the rim, controlled by Craddock. He looks for help. Flips over to Shannon Morrison, who crosses midcourt. Bounce pass right wing, Keith Shelton. Up high to Stuff Lynch. Cutting to the bucket, Prevarius Green fires from 15, hits again. P.G. Green.
Brooke came out of the opening second quarter in man-to-man defense, and right away, Oak Hill attacks that by going to Green.
16-13 ball game. Bruins by 3 points. Here's Gallo down the middle. He shoots. Too strong off the back iron. Rebound, Valero won't go on the follow-up. Gaudio rebound, shoots, scores, and is fouled.
Excellent job of Brooke getting on the offensive boards. Set up by the penetration by Gaudio down the lane. Brooke getting good people in offensive rebounding position. First time tonight.
3 cracks at it, and Matt Gaudio scores on the 3rd attempt. That's his 6th point of the night, and they call the foul against Oak Hill's Artie Craddock. That's his first personal.
Tony Brooke has done a real good job of not turning the basketball over.
Gaudio's foul shot, no good. Rebound controlled by Prevarius Green. He gives over to Shannon Morrison. Red Devils down by 5. Stuff Lynch, left wing. Looks down low, goes up top to Keith Shelton. Shelton looks for a cutter, fakes right, goes left. Couple of dribbles, now pulls back, goes to Morrison. Morrison can't hold on over the far sideline, out of bounds. And a turnover, basically an unforced error, will be charged against the Oak Hill Red Devils with 6 minutes and 23 seconds to play here in the first half.
Careless passing by Shelton that time. He had a free lane to push it back to Morrison. Didn't look at him, just threw it back to a spot. Morrison wasn't there.
Bruins by 5. Iris, far side of the floor, 17-footer, good.
Well, you can't gamble on him, and that's exactly what Stuff Lynch did. Try to get in the passing lane.
20-13, Brooke. 6-minute mark coming up here in the second quarter. Trainham in the ball game for Oak Hill. Gets it back up top to Stuff Lynch, drops it back to P.G. Green, tips stolen by Gallo. Here come the Bruins on the run. Gallo flips underneath, it's re-stolen by Artie Craddock. An errant pass, and Craddock gives back to Lemuel Trainham. Now to Shannon Morrison. Oak Hill down by 7. Stuff Lynch, left wing, up high, Trainum, top of the circle. He looks down low, goes cross court, far side of the floor to Morrison, now to Craddock, left side of the key, he shoots off the glass, no good, in and out, rebound, Pat Valero, flip out on the outlet pass to Joe Iris. Far side of the floor, he crosses midcourt. Brooke leads by 7, 20-13. Basil, up high to Gallo, right side on the wing to Joe Iris, he hands back to Gallo. Guarded there by Lamerle Trainum. Man-to-man defense by Oak Hill. Basil, far side of the floor to Valero. Flips in the left corner to Iris. He pulls back. Tightly guarded by Lynch. Underneath to Gaudio. He shoots, won't go. Rebound tipped around, controlled by Shannon Morrison. Oak Hill comes on the run from right to left. Morrison fires from 15. Too strong. Rebound Trainum. He is hit. And we've got a foul call against Brooks. Pat Valero making contact in pursuit of that rebound. That will be team foul number 5 against Brooke, and so a 1-and-1 opportunity coming up here for Oak Hill with 4:54 to go, second quarter, and the Bruins have the lead 20-13.
You know, you've been calling Matt Gaudio's name a lot offensively in the front court, Tony. The reason why, Green is not playing him, Craddock is playing him in low, and Gaudio can handle him.
Foul shot no good by Trainum. Valero comes down with the rebound, but he falls to the ground and is called with a travel. So Oak Hill will have possession inbounding from underneath their own hoop. Inbounds goes to Trainum. He fakes double team. Baseline shot no good from 4 feet away. And on the rebound, we've got a foul call against Oak Hill. Gaudio yanked down the rebound and was hit by Artie Craddock, who commits his second personal.
You know, Gaudio doesn't play like a sophomore. He plays more like a senior. And the reason, I think he's been playing basketball in a lot of AAU competition. So this crowd of over 8,500 to 9,000 is not bothering Matt Gaudio here tonight.
4:44 to go and counting. Here's second quarter of action. Chris Gallo up high. Works down low to a cutting Iris in the corner. Back up top to Gallo. Gallo up high to Charlie Basil. Basil works to his right on the dribble. Gives to Joe Iris. Dump pass down low. Gaudio to the bucket. Shot too strong. Tipped up. Rebound. Valero fights for it. Finally, Keith Shelton comes down with it for the Red Devils. They're down by 7 points, 20-13. Shannon Morrison out between the circles, fires over to Keith Shelton, right side. Keith goes back up top to Ramel Stuff Lynch. Back to Shelton, but Shelton wasn't looking. Cutting across the lane, the ball sailed right behind his head. Turnover against Oak Hill High School, and that comes with 4:12 to play here in the second quarter of action.
Not very patient is Oak Hill in this half court. Brooke doing a good job of tightening up and taking the basketball away from PG Green.
Here's Iris going up against Lynch. Up top of the circle to Valero. He'll try a long one from out front. No good. Rebound tipped up and in by Joe Iris.
Great job getting on the inside of the defense. Caught Oak Hill standing flat-footed.
A 9-point Bruin lead. It's their biggest of the night. Lynch goes to work. Tosses back to Shelton. Shelton from the foul line fires. No good. Off the right of the rim. Rebound Basil. Here comes Brooke. Tipped away. We've got a foul call. It will go against Oak Hill. Lynch coming in from behind, hitting Charlie Basil. Timeout on the floor, 22-13. Brooke in control. For the break in the action, let's take a moment to hear from John Deere.
Your West Virginia John Deere dealer is rolling out some great deals for you. Right now, qualified buyers can own the new 30 PTO horsepower John Deere 970 tractor for as little as $283 per month. That's $283 per month for the power you need to work in the toughest conditions. Monthly price quoted based on 48 months at 14.5 APR fixed rate with 20% down. Your monthly payments will depend on the good deal you get from your participating West Virginia John Deere dealer.
Hi, this is Patty Campbell from the new Beckley College.
And this is Dr. George Balsamer inviting you to join the 2,000+ students who've made the new Beckley College #1 in Southern West Virginia.
#1 in new degrees for new jobs in the 1990s.
#1 with the new Honors College.
#1 in new scholarships and new grants, including free education if you're unemployed or underemployed. Call us toll-free at 1-800-762-1500 to enroll now.
At the new Beckley College, you're #1.
Back here at the Civic Center Coliseum, the Class AAA championship game. Brooke High School leading the Oak Hill Red Devils 22-13 with 3 minutes and 38 seconds to play. First half of action. So far for Oak Hill, suffering from poor shooting. Keith Shelton 0 of 4. Artie Craddock 0 of 3. Shannon Morrison, 1 of 4. PG Green really the only guy that is hitting, 4 of 6. So some cold shooting from Oak Hill and some good defense by Brooke. They've got a 22-13 lead. Bruins with the ball, deep left corner. Guile finds Valero underneath. Contact made, ball loose out of bounds. It belongs to Oak Hill.
Well, they got the ball down inside. One thing for Oak Hill, for Brooke, Oak Hill's side of it, they're not patient on offense. They're playing a lot of one-on-one and causing poor shot selections, Tony.
You're exactly right. They're not showing patience. There's Morrison. Top of the circle, left side. Stuff Lynch popping out up high, taking it's Keith Shelton. Shelton looks down low, goes back to Morrison. Morrison to a cutting PG Green. He starts to the bucket, pulls up, shot, no good. Rebound. Gaudio on the outlet. He goes to Iris, who crosses over midcourt. Under 3 to play first half. Bruins with a chance to take a double-figure lead now with a bucket here. Gaio up high to Basil. He fakes a 3. Gaio underneath now to Gaudio. He shoots and he scores. Underneath, there he is. Matt Gaudio with his 8th point, and it's an 11-point Brooke lead with 2:38 and counting here in the first half of play. Underneath, a flip pass for Lamerle Trainham out of bounds, and the ball will go to Brooke.
Forcing the ball inside. They're running a little motion offense as Oak Hill, trying to get movement out of their players, which I thought was a good call by Jim Lilly. But right now, Brooke is just playing smart, intelligent basketball, getting the ball to the right people, and they've been able to go inside with ease.
In the paint, Valero has his 15-footer rejected by PG Green. It pops out near midcourt. Gaio takes it back in. Now back to Valero. He'll try again. 17-footer, no good. Air ball, rebound, Green. Oak Hill has possession. Green starts up the floor. The Red Devils are down by 11. 2:10 and counting here in the second quarter of play. Right wing pass, Keith Shelton. He holds up high. Now up top to Stuff Lynch. And away from the ball, we've got a whistle and a foul call against Brooks. Joe Iris. Coming through, it was Shannon Morrison in front of Shelton. And Iris trying to get by a pick, held on. And so that will be his first personal. And that will send the Red Devils to the foul line as Shannon Morrison, a 5'11 junior guard, will step up for a 1-and-1.
Boy, Brooke has really controlled the tempo of this game. He's got to have his club. Dave Ryder has them right on target. They're handling the basketball well. The only thing they've done has been anyway off target is had that Valari take 2 missed shots that I'm sure he didn't want to take, but most of the tickets have been right where Brooke has wanted to be.
Morrison makes the front end. He'll have the bonus. 10-point Bruin lead. 2:03 to play in the half. Second one, no good. Rebound off the fingertips of Keith Shelton, and Brooke will have possession. We've seen no full court pressure from either team yet, and I'm sure that before the night is over, we will, Jay.
Yeah, but I think what's happened is, you see, we take a look and we're going to see Oak Hill and a man defense now, but Tony, they can't extend it. They don't have the depth.
There's Gaio tied up by Shelton. Ball poked away, and now we've got a reach-in foul against Stuff Lynch of Oak Hill.
See, you get their people foul trouble, they come out and gamble. How many is that on Stuff?
That's his first, but that will be the 5th team foul against the Red Devils, and so a 1-and-1 chance coming up here for Brooke High School's Chris Gaio.
And we mentioned this is an excellent shooting basketball team in Brooke High School from the foul line.
Chris Gaio, 6 feet 5 inches tall. Front end of the 1-and-1, no good. Rebound, Iris. So Brooke keeps it alive underneath the Gaudio. He puts up, shoots, no good, but he is fouled on the play. So again, Brooke successful in working the ball down low to their big man, the sophomore Matt Gaudio. He draws the foul with 1:45 to play here. Opening half, and Brooke has a 24-14 lead over the second-rated Oak Hill Red Devils.
They just out-hustled them, Tony. They beat him in every way to the basketball through the first almost 2 quarters here.
Gaudio makes the front end of that 2-shot situation to score his 9th point of the night.
In the regional final, he went to the line with 7 seconds in Wheeling against Wheeling Park. Game tied, knocked down both of them.
Well, he hit both there, and he has 10 points. The Bruins have their biggest lead now, out to 12 points. Lynch out high to Keith Shelton, top of the circle. Shelton looks, drives in, left side, pulls up, shot off the glass, around and in. Keith Shelton with his first bucket of the night.
Had to work for it, too. That interior defense of Brooke is very talented. They've really got it packed in, and you're not calling Green's number very much here in the first half.
10-point Bruin lead. Gaudio Near side of the floor, out on the wing. Up top to Gallo, now to Basil. Basil deep right corner. Couple of dribbles, back up top to Gallo. 105 and counting. Valero shot batted out of bounds by P.G. Green. Valero took a baseline jumper from 14 feet away, and P.G. Green was there to meet it, batting it out of bounds over the end line, and Brooke will have control. Charlie Basil inbounds on one bounce to Iris. Iris inside, trying to get it to Valero, stolen by the Oak Hill Red Devils. Here comes Stuff Lynch in the front court, drive, shoots and scores. Stuff Lynch with his 5th point of the ball game. 26-18. Under 1 minute to play here in the half, 50 seconds and counting now.
Probably run it down to 1. Take the last shot.
Here's Gallo. He starts down the lane. Pass over to Valero. Near side of the floor. Comes out on a wing to Iris. Back up top now to Gallo. Gallo laterally moves to between the circles. Fires a pass to Basil. Basil deep left side to Gaudio. Underneath, here's Iris. Double teamed, in trouble. Forces up the shot and draws a foul. That comes with 28 seconds to play.
Boy, Iris was covered by 3 men inside. I thought he made a great, talented, athletic move there to force the action, Tony, because they had a triple team on him. Hard to get it out, and he just laid his body against the defensive man and put the ball towards the hoop, drew the foul.
Foul call against Keith Shelton. That was his second. Iris misses the foul shot. He'll have another. So far tonight, 7 points for Joe Iris. He had 29 points in the opening round victory over Logan. Here comes the next one. No good. Rebound tipped. Controlled by the Red Devils, Keith Shelton. Oak Hill has a chance to come within 6 of the lead right now. Shannon Morrison up high to Lynch. Lynch drops it down to Green. Baseline jump shot off the rim. No good. Tipped up. Won't go. Gaudio rebounds. Tied up. And the possession arrow will point to Oak Hill High School as Keith Shelton and P.G. Green locked it up there with Matt Gaudio, who came down with a missed shot. Green inbounds, ball tipped, and chasing it back near midcourt, it's Stuff Lynch. Over to Shannon Morrison between the circles, 5 seconds and counting in the half to Lynch. Lynch at the foul line, fires underneath, rebound to Morrison, whistle, and he walked with the basketball in the lane. 2 seconds to play. 2 seconds to play in the half. Brooke will have the ball. They'll inbound in their own backcourt. The inbound comes to midcourt. Valero fires, and the shot is hit, but wait a second. As the horn blows, we've got a whistle and a foul call against Oak Hill High School's Lemural Trainum. Absolutely no reason for that.
No, not that far from the hoop. That was not a very smart play.
2 seconds to play. They inbound to midcourt. Valero has it at midcourt, and he starts to shoot it, and Trainum comes over and fouls him. So the two teams leave the floor. Valero at the foul line to shoot 2. First one up and in. His first point of the night. And a chance to give his club a 10-point lead in the locker room. It's up. It's no good. So our score at the end of the first half is 27-18. Brooke heads into the locker room. A 9-point lead. A good first half of action for the Brooke High School Bruins as they look for their second championship in 3 years. Halftime, our score 27.
Representing the Coaches Association is Jim Marsh, past president from Buckhannon High School. Now from Region 1, Russ Schwartzberger. Russ is a graduate of West Liberty High School and West Liberty State College. His coaching career began in Ohio, where he coached at Ganaughton Valley from 1952 to 1956. He then returned to Bethany High School, where he coached for the next 13 years. He led Bethany, a school with only 28 boys, to the state basketball finals in 1967. He was the first basketball coach at Brooke High School, where he coached from 1969 to 1976 prior to his retirement. Presenting the award is Sam Andy, Wheeling Park High School.
Halftime at the Charleston Civic Center Coliseum with the score. The Brooke Bruins 27 and the Oak Hill Red Devils 18. Some great shooting by Brooke from three-point range in the first quarter gives them the lead. In the second quarter, they continue to play well. It seems as though their defense is the key to this game so far, Jay Jacobs. Bavarious Green does have 8 points, but when he touches that ball, there's 2-3 Bruins right on him. So another good example of that defense.
I think you're right, Tony. A hard 8 points. He worked for them. The sagging defense of Brooke, as the interior play has been excellent. I think another thing, Brooke has not turned the basketball over. That's been a real key for them. They've been able to get good shots. And you remember the opening part of the game, you were calling a lot of three-point shots. Opened up the inside for Brooke to attack. In the second quarter, you had where you were describing going inside to Gaudio, and that was a big key, and that's why they've got a lead here tonight.
Gaudio has 10 points so far, and PG Green has 8 points for Oak Hill. Right now at halftime, we want to check in with Fred Persinger. He's standing by with Stonewall Jackson head basketball coach Don Stover.
Thank you, Tony Caridi, in the stands with Don Stover. And Don, would you have thought this was going to happen? Halftime, 27-18. Brooks playing awfully well.
Absolutely never. I just didn't think this could happen. Brooke is playing well. They are controlling the tempo of the game right now. Oak Hill's going to have to come out and pick up the tempo.
With the Oak Hill Red Devils, they're just not shooting well at all. Seemingly they're getting the shots they want. They're just not falling in. Are they rushing the shots, in your opinion?
Well, they might be, and a little pressure, I guess. But I think they're going to have to start getting the ball into Green more, too. They're not getting the ball into him as well as they did last night.
The state high school basketball tournament, great crowd once again tonight. The crowds have really been good this year.
They've been super. I wish we could have something like this twice a week of the year round, don't you?
It'd be something to do, wouldn't it?
Sure would.
Don Stover, head coach of the Stonewall Jackson Generals. You really had a storybook career, not a great regular season. I had a lot of people tell me today in Charleston, how in the world did Don Stover's team that played in the state high school tournament lose 16, 17 games in the regular season? You guys played well here.
Well, playing Logan and Oak Hill twice and playing in the Kanawha Valley will account for some losses. But the team that starts the season, we only had one man that had ever been in a high school basketball game. So experience over the season certainly was the contributor to our performance here. We were not the team early, but we shouldn't have been. We didn't have the experience to be.
I think that says a lot about the teaching capabilities of Don Stover and his coaching staff.
Well, I think so, and we had been to tournaments before, and we knew how to get them ready, and we were ready. They ran that 12-0 spell on us last night. If they hadn't done that, we might have been playing here tonight.
Don Stover, thank you for your comments, and best of luck to you, okay?
Thank you, Fred, and I'll see you later, I'm sure.
I hear you. Don Stover, head man at Stonewall Jackson. Now back to Tony Caridi and Jay Jacobs.
All right, thank you very much, Fred. Our score here at halftime, 27-18. Brooke has the lead right now. Let's check in with Jeff Jenkins.
All right, Tony, thanks very much. 8 AAA schools began play in the 76th state tournament back on Wednesday night. The first AAA matchup figured to be a dandy as number 1 Martinsburg faced number 2 Oak Hill. The Red Devils really dominated and handled the Bulldogs pretty easily. Other quarterfinal winners included Stonewall Jackson, Fairmont West, and Big Brook. The Bruins winning an overtime battle against Logan. In yesterday's semifinal games, Oak Hill got by a pesky Stonewall team, and Brook held on to beat the Polar Bears of Fairmont West. Now, a few things to remember from this week's AAA action. 2 gigantic slam dunks from Oak Hill's impressive PG Green. Those coming in last night's semifinal versus Stonewall, and Green just missed on his 3rd slam. And another moment from Fairmont Senior High School. The Polar Bears, down by double figures to Brook, came storming back late in the 4th quarter last night, only to fall short by 1. Already 2 champions crowned today in Charleston in Class AA. Williamson, for the 2nd year in a row, won the championship. The Wolfpack 74 over Wheeling Central 67. Williamson the winner there. And in Class Single A, Birch beat Bishop Donahue 70-61, the first state title for the Bulldogs since 1957. The second half of our AAA game is coming up next on the Metro News Radio Network.
Brooks is presently principal in Nicholas County and is also serving as the WVSSAC Constitution and Bylaws Committee. Presenting the award is Bill Dobbins, president of the West Virginia Coaches Association. Region 8, Marshall Webb. Webb is a former graduate of West Virginia Tech. His coaching career extends over a 30-year period. From 1967 to 1987, Webb compiled an outstanding basketball record at Gully Ridge High School, winning 340 games. The 1970, 71, and 76 teams advanced to the state tournament. The 1971 team lost in the finals to North Fork, while the 1976 team finished second to Glenn Rogers. Webb attributes all his success to the dedication of his athletes with which he coached. Presenting the award is Jim Martin, Region 8 Director. Region 9, Willie Akers. Last but certainly not least is Willie Akers, a 1956 Mullins High School graduate, where he was an outstanding basketball player. As we all know, he went on to WVU and gave us many exciting basketball memories as a Mountaineer from 1956 through 1960. Following his outstanding career at WVU, he went on to play for the Cleveland Pipers in 1960-61. He then came to Logan High School to become head basketball coach for the next 23 years. While there, he made basketball the household word in Logan County. The Wildcats during his tenure won 4 state championships and 4 times were state runner-ups. Akers is presently the Assistant Superintendent of Logan County Schools. Presenting the award is Ergie Smith, Region 9 Director. Thank you for honoring tonight these retired coaches.
Exclusive Metro News coverage.
About the second half.
Well, you know, I'm just thinking as they were here at halftime that I feel that really, I don't think the Oak Hill type basketball club, they don't see this style of play during the regular season, Tony. I think when you come out and you have great athletic talent, you just put it on the floor and you just go after people. And I really and truly believe it's taken an adjustment for Oak Hill here and how to attack. And they get behind and they try to get it all back at once, and you can't do that. I look for them to settle down here in this third quarter and do the things they're capable of doing and leave it go at that limitation and get back in this game. But give a lot of credit to Brooke High School. They have controlled the tempo.
2 lead changes in the first 2 quarters. The biggest lead, 12 points at 26-14. Right now it is an 11-point lead. No, it's not. It's a 9-point lead. 27-18 ball in play. Brooke has possession to begin this third quarter of action. Charlie Basil up high, tries a 3-pointer. No good off the back iron. Rebound gobbled down by P.G. Green. Here comes the senior over midcourt to the far side of the floor. Driving all the way, pulling up on the left baseline. Comes up top to Shannon Morrison, the Oak Hill point guard. Goes left wing to Stuff Lynch. Lynch inside the paint to Green. Turnaround jumper on the way. No good off the front of the rim. Rebound. Lynch has it dragged down. He comes down with it. Shelton takes it from him as he fell to the floor and gives back over to Shannon Morrison. Morrison over to Stuff Lynch. Over on that far side, up high. A pass comes to Keith Shelton. Basil nearly had a steal. Shelton now goes in, comes out. Fires over to the near side to Shannon Morrison. Morrison high overhead. Back up top to Stuff Lynch. Now on the box, they've got it down to Craddock, right of the key. Craddock turns, posts up, fires back high to Pavarius Green. He drives in, has the ball poked away, and we've got a foul call against the Bruins. On a reach in, Pavarius Green started in the paint, pulled up to jump, and had the ball poked away. They call that foul against Mike LaSavage, the point guard of the Bruins, and Jay, he now has 3 fouls.
Very critical. You know, Tony, they had ceremonies going on here at halftime, and both clubs didn't get on the floor till about a minute left. And so the first part of the third quarter, very critical for both clubs, as you can't get any, didn't get very much free shooting there at halftime. They'll have to start to pick it up here in the third quarter. Both clubs a little tight.
Pavarius Green misses the first foul shot, makes the second. 8-point ball game, 27-19, 7-minute mark of the third quarter. Here comes Brooke. LaSavage near side to Joe Iris. Hands back, hash mark near side. LaSavage. He looks down for some motion. Now up top to Charlie Basil. Basil on one bounce on the right wing to Iris. Oak Hill settles into a zone defense. Hand off over down the far side. It's LaSavage. Drives in a couple of steps. Now pulls back out. Back up top, Charlie Basil. Works himself left. Bounce pass into the corner. Gaio up high, LaSavage. Now in the corner, here's Basil. Deep left corner. Bounces back up top to LaSavage. They work it around the perimeter now. Right side pass to Iris. He hands back over to LaSavage. Far side of the floor. Now he drives in. Double team. Gets it to Basil up top. Basil in the paint with a pass to Gaio. He turns, fires, and scores. Chris Gaio with his first bucket of the night. Patience shown by Brooke there. They use time up off the clock. control the tempo and come away with a bucket. They lead by 10, 29-19. Down low the other end, a pass for Pavarius Green. Tipped and stolen away by the Bruins. Here comes Brooke. Into the front court. Mike LeSavage out there playing with 3 fouls. Goes to Gallo. Now back to LeSavage. He'll try a 3. No good from the right side. Rebound tipped up and controlled by Pavarius Green. He has it restolen, and now we've got a whistle and a travel call as Matt Gaudio stole the ball and walked with it, starting up the floor.
Oak Hill's in a man-man defense, and they've got Green on Gallo, and Gallo dipped him this last time and took him to the hoop well.
Up top, Keith Shelton for Oak Hill. They're down by 10 points. Artie Craddock left of the key, drives by Gaudio, shoots and scores. Artie Craddock with his first 2 of the night.
2 big men going at each other, and that time Artie Craddock got the best of Gallo.
29-21, 8-point ball game. Brooke has possession and the lead. Down low, Gaudio has the ball tipped away. We've got a foul call against Oak Hill. That comes with 5:14 to play in the quarter. A holding foul. Shannon Morrison of Oak Hill picks up his first foul of the night.
You know, with Chris Gallo, with Green guarding him, Tony, I think that what they need to do is sort of clear out, and I think Dave Ryder's doing that, clearing out and taking Green away on Gallo, and that's allowing really Gaudio to screen up on that weak side and get the ball into him, and he can knock it down low post.
First foul shot bangs around and falls out. He is now 2 of 4 from the foul line tonight. Here's his second attempt. It is around and in. 11 points now for Gaudio. Brooke has a 9-point lead, 30-21.
Still Brooke tempo all the way.
Stuff Lynch, left wing, drives by Iris, pulls back, pass up high to Keith Shelton, to Pavarius Green to the bucket, shoots and scores it off the glass.
Boy, Gallo gambled that time, and you can't do that against a talented player like Green. You got to get front help and back help.
7-point Bruin lead, 4:50 and counting third quarter. Charlie Basil into the right corner with a pass to Chris Gallo, up top to LeSavage. LeSavage in the right side to Charlie Basil. He'll tie overhead, 1 dribble, back on the baseline to Iris, fires a shot, good! Boy, that kid is tough. Joe Iris,
well, he's tough
nice.
Because they get him open and they wait for him, and they're patient enough and they know exactly where they want to find him. He gets the ball in a good area for him to shoot.
Down low, they get it to Green. He turns and commits an offensive foul as he posts up to the bucket. P.G. Green called on his second personal foul, and that comes with 4:26 to play in the third quarter.
And that brought a few words for Coach Jim Lilly from Oak Hill on that call.
32-23 Bruins. Far side, here comes Guy out on the baseline, behind the back pass to Basil in the paint. His shot partially blocked. Rebound, Craddock. Here comes Artie, the big guy. Now pulls back, cross-court pass to Morrison. Morrison to the top of the circle. Fires over to Stuff Lynch. Down low, Green. Shot off the glass, no good. Craddock follows up, won't go. Green goes after it. Contact made, and we've got a foul call against the Bruins with 3:57 to play in this third quarter. The Red Devils go down and really start pounding the offensive boards, and P.G. Green is hit and the foul committed. We've got a timeout here at the Charleston Civic Center Coliseum. 3:57 to play in quarter number 3. It's 32-23 Brooke. Exclusive coverage of the state tournament being brought to you in part by the Gale Catlett Mountaineer Basketball Camp.
This summer, between 500 and 700 young basketball players age 8 to 18 will be combining fun with fundamentals at the Gale Catlett Mountaineer Basketball Camp. June 18th to the 23rd is a week of individual instruction by the entire WVU coaching staff. Basketball basics. June 25th to the 30th, plenty of team play. It's competition week, plus plenty of fun at WVU sports and recreation facilities. Want to learn more? Write the Gale Catlett Mountaineer Basketball Camp. P.O. Box 877, Morgantown, 26507 today.
Physical education seriously in their teams, education, and college-wide fitness program. The men's soccer team finished second in the nation last fall. The women's volleyball team has gone to the Nationals 3 times in 5 years. Basketball player Willie Davies was NAIA National Player of the Week. AB competes and educates with majors in physical education, sports medicine, recreation therapy, and recreational leadership. With one of the finest private health facilities in the state and a campus-wide Fit for Life program, it's no wonder physical education is important at Alderson Broadus.
Back in Charleston, 3:57 to go, third quarter. Oak Hill will have possession. They trail 32-23. Inbound from underneath their own bucket. Goes from Pavarius Green to Shannon Morrison. Left wing, Stuff Lynch, drop pass, Pavarius Green underneath, shoots, rolls around and scores it. 13 points for P.G. Green.
Tough to stop him there. He got an excellent lob pass that time.
Brooke lead is at 7 points, 32-25. And now some extended defense by Oak Hill. In the backcourt, Basil still to get it over. Morrison has him. Jump pass far side, taken down by Joe Iris. Now back to LaSavage. Near side, Charlie Basil. He's double teamed. Here comes the defense by Oak Hill. It results in a steal. Pavarius Green down the floor he comes. He shoots off the glass, won't go. Lynch there to follow, misses the first time, rolls off the second time. Green tips it in a third time.
Tony, this is going to be one of the real keys to this game, and see how Brooke handles this pressure defense extended. Can Oak Hill keep it up?
5-point Bruin lead. Basil drives in the left corner, guarded by Keith Shelton, and we've got a foul call against Shelton on a reach-in.
Well, when you double team, you better put your hands up instead of into the offensive man, especially now, because this is a key part of the game. You cannot panic if you're Brooke. You get the ball, set your offense up, and you might be able to shred a little bit by attacking from backcourt straight into the middle of that defense and go right at the basket.
Basil inbounds to Gaio, flip back to Iris, back to Basil, three-pointer, good from the left corner. He answers right back. That's Charlie Basil's third three-pointer of the night, and that Brooke lead up to 35-27, 2:50 and counting third quarter. Up top, Keith Shelton. Shelton goes by Basil, left side, pulls up, delays shot off the glass, good, plus a foul. He pumped in the air. Contact made, he pushed the shot up, scored it on a bank shot, bringing his club to within 6 of the lead.
Well, he's got to answer his call, because right now he's a key part in the game. I think the pressure defense, you can see what it does. It not only brings the crowd into the ball game out of the Oak Hill section, but it picks you up. It's just the problem is that Jim Lilly, with lack of depth and worried about foul trouble, cannot play a game with this type of quickness all game long.
Keith Shelton converts on the three-point play. He's got 5 tonight, and it's a 5-point game. 2:35 and counting. The extended defense by Oak Hill, broken this time by Brooke. Basil, deep left corner, throws up top to Mike LaSavage, guarded by Morrison. They work it around the perimeter nicely. Now Iris tied up, gets it back to Basil, deep left side, guarded there by Shelton. Baseline pass, Gaio. Gaio trapped, gets it into Gaudio. He fakes, he shoots, and we'll have a foul call against Pavarius Green, who went chest to chest with Matt Gaudio, and P.G. Green now commits his third personal foul.
Well, what Brooke is doing is they're getting it over, they're beating the double team, and then they're taking the ball directly to the baseline. That's bringing that zone pressure back in, and then they're finding the seam right in front of the basket, and if they can continue to do that, they will find Matt Gaudio open most of the time, and in this defense of Oak Hill, he'll be going right against Green.
Gaudio drills the foul shot for his 12th point. He's now 4 of 6 from the foul line tonight. 6-point Brooke lead. Next shot around, no good. Rebound, P.G. Green. Hands back to Shannon Morrison. Red Devils down a half a dozen. 2:10 mark, third quarter. Stuff Lynch, left side of the floor. In the paint to Craddock. Craddock gives back to Shelton. He tries a three. No good. Off the rim, rebound, Gaudio of Brooke.
They're back in the pressure defense at midcourt. Not a good shot that time by Shelton.
2-minute mark of the third quarter. Charlie Basil, near side hash mark, guarded by Shelton. Gets to Iris. He'll fire from three-point range, and it is good.
And bringing that ball right into the corner, as I suggested they do, and they're finding it wide open. That's where the open areas are against this pressure defense.
9-point Bruin lead. Oak Hill tried to make a run, but Brooke comes right back. Craddock in the paint to P.G. Green. Turns, has the ball knocked away, and a foul call against Brooke. 1 minute, 30 seconds to play here in the third quarter. 39-30 ball game. Brooke in control, and P.G. Green comes to the foul line. They call that foul against Matt Gaudio, his second.
You know, Tony, I think Oak Hill, you look at their cheering section, and they're very aggressive over there and very loud. But Brooke has done a great job in taking that crowd right out of the game tonight. And I think Oak Hill players are a little stunned that they could be, with 1:30 left in the third quarter, behind 9 points, now 8.
Green drills the foul shot. I think the perception among the fans that have been watching this tournament all week is that it would have been the other way around.
True.
Second foul shot by Green is good, but I tell you what, if you follow Brooke High School,
You're right.
through the years, just when they're supposed to lose, they don't.
Well, they're well schooled, and they play this type of game, and it's very difficult to handle.
Double team on Basil results in a steal. Here comes Shannon Morrison down the middle of the lane. 15-footer on the way. Good.
Now there comes the crowd. They're alive now. It's a 5-point game.
39-34. Brooke has the ball in the lead. 1 minute mark coming up here in the third quarter. Long pass down the floor to Matt Gaudio. He holds up high, sets the offense for Brooke. Gives back to Iris. Iris double team to Basil. Back up high. Basil jump pass far side Gaio. Gaio now is hit and a foul call against the Red Devils with 52 seconds to play. They'll call this one against the Red Devils. Stuff Lynch, his second of the night.
Well, you know, when you're only playing with 5 men, Tony, like Oak Hill is, very aggressively in the half court, and now they've sort of taken it down almost three-quarter court with their pressure. You're running back and forth. Right now, Brooke is electing just to break the zone and then press and then set up an attack. They've been very successful with it.
Gaio makes the front end of a 1-and-1. That last foul against Lynch, his third, as Chris Gaio scores his third point of the night.
Well, it's nice to have a good foul shooting team whenever you're being pressed like this and you get in a bonus, you can go to the line and count on your players to knock it down for you.
Second one, no good, too strong. Rebound, tipped around, rebound, Stuff Lynch. Here he comes down the floor to the top of the circle. Bounce pass right side, Shannon Morrison layup, good.
Well, that's their game. Last 2 times down in transition.
4-point lead now for Brooke. They've led by as many as 12 here tonight. 35 seconds and counting in the third quarter. Gaudio is double teamed out front, has the pass deflected. Comes to Gaio up high, back to Basil, right side of the floor to Joe Iris. Iris now has the ball tipped, recontrols, tosses back near midcourt to Basil. 20 seconds and counting in the quarter. Bouncer back up top now to Charlie Basil, guarded by Shannon Morrison and Stuff Lynch. Far side of the floor, a pass. Goes to Joe Iris, has it poked away, but it comes conveniently to Basil. He'll pull up, 17-footer on the way. No good with 6 seconds. Rebound for Javarius Green. He crosses midcourt with 3. Top of the circle with 2. Passes to Stuff Lynch. Rebound Shelton at the horn. The shot is up, and it is good at the end of the third quarter. A broken play. The ball came underneath to Shelton, and he scores the bucket at the horn. It's 40-38 Brooke, and we've got 1 quarter left. This is the Metro News Radio Network. All set for the final quarter of the 1989 Class AAA Championship game. A 40-38 ball game. Brooke has the lead by 2 points, but the Red Devils of Oak Hill are making a run. They haven't led since the 4:56 mark of the first quarter. They've got possession inside to Pravarius Green. Turns, fires from 14, in and out, no good. Rebound, followed up and in by Stuff Lynch.
Right now they've taken over the game, and they've done it with a pressure defense. It's picked them up on both ends of the court.
Three-quarter court pressure. They fired up the floor, Brooke does, to Matt Gaudio. Gaudio out high, harassed defensively, gets it to Chris Gaio. Near side to LaSavage. Here's a three-pointer by Iris. It is no good. Rebound battled for. Green has it for Oak Hill. Here come the Red Devils down the floor. Green leads the way. Down the lane, shoots and scores.
Well, now they're in a roll, and it might even have to call a timeout. Another bucket here. Dave Ryder really has, his club right now is not attacking the basket.
42-40. Oak Hill has taken the lead. Down the other end of the court. Gaudio nearly lost it. It's loose on the floor. Collision. And we've got a tie-up called. The possession arrow will point to Brooke. 7:07 to play, and this crowd here at the Civic Center Coliseum is absolutely going wild. Bruins inbound, underneath their own hoop. Comes into Gallo, up high to LaSavage. Near side, Iris to Basil, three-point shot from the corner, too strong, rebound Craddock. Morrison down the other end, fires from 13, good!
Tony Brooke is not back on defense at all. They're getting beat transition.
Oak Hill is on fire here. They've taken a 4-point lead, 44-40. A massive red in the end zone. A timeout on the court taken by Brooke. A great time to hear from John Deere.
Deere 20 to 55 horsepower tractor. Just ask your West Virginia John Deere dealer, because right now we're rolling out some great deals on the 20 horsepower 770 right on through the 55 horsepower 2355 tractors. Pick the power you need, then go with a fully equipped model or order the tractor just the way you want it. Either way, ask your dealer about on-the-spot financing for low monthly payments on the John Deere tractor of your choice.
Fred Persinger is behind the Oak Hill High School bench right now. Fred, what's the story back there?
Behind the Oak Hill bench, Tony Carrillo, it's very, very simple. Jim Lilly has told his Chargers, let's get after him. He said that in the timeout that they took late in the third quarter. That's when Oak Hill came out and really started the pressure defense. Since then, every time he's talked to him, he said, get after him, get after him, get after him, and be patient on your shot. If you've got the run, take it, and that's exactly what the Red Devils have done.
That's right, Fred. They have. Oak Hill 3 of 4 from the field here in the fourth quarter. Brooke is 0 for 2.
Tony, they've done it by extending their defense, as Fred mentioned, but they're getting good shots. That's why they're 3 for 4. They're finishing off the transition to the other end. Brooke has not done a good job in getting back.
1-2-1-1 full court pressure. Brooke has the ball in their backcourt. A double team on Gallo. He fires ahead to Gaudio. Gaudio drives down the lane. Shot is up. No good. Rebound, Artie Craddock. Craddock hands back to Keith Shelton. Devils lead it by 4 points. 6:30 to go in this game. Shelton, deep right wing, holds high overhead. Tosses back to Stuff Lynch.
Looking
Stuff
for Green.
Into Green at the foul line. Has the ball stripped away beautifully by LaSavage. Here comes Brooke, 2-on-1. LaSavage to Gallo. Layup shot poked away by Stuff Lynch. But we've got a whistle and a foul call. Looked as though Lynch came through and knocked it out cleanly, but the official says, nope, there was contact made, and that's a big foul, number 4 against Stuff Lynch.
Well, Dave Ryder now has changed his philosophy a little bit once he beats the press. He's brought Matt Gaudio into the middle, and now they are attacking the basket once they beat the double team into the front court.
Chris Gallo, 2-shot situation. At the line to our left. First one is on the way, no good. Gallo now, 1 of 3 from the foul line. Next one is up, good. His 4th point. Brooke has been held to 2 points over the last 4 minutes of this game. They're down by 3 points. Red Devils in possession. Popping out left side, Lamerle Trenum in there for Stuff Lynch up top to Keith Shelton. Shelton at the top of the circle, holds high overhead, comes near side to Shannon Morrison. Now back over to Artie Craddock to the left of the circle. Craddock with a couple of dribbles, the big guy, looks for some help, hands back, Keith Shelton. Shelton watched by Pat Valero, inside pass goes to P.G. Green, has the ball tipped away, stolen by the Bruins. Here comes Brooke down by 3. LaSavage over midcourt, comes to the near side with a pass to Gallo. Gallo into the corner, Pat Valero, bounces underneath. Now they get it in the middle to Gaudio, he shoots and scores. The big guy comes through with his 14th point. Brings it to a 1-point Oak Hill lead, 44-43, 5:30 and counting. Shannon Morrison to the top of the circle. Popping out right side, Keith Shelton dumps down to Artie Craddock, baseline turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound, tipped, controlled by Valero. Valero gives ahead to Gaudio. Bruins have possession of the ball. Down by 1 point. 44-43. Gallo crosses midcourt. Harassed defensively by Morrison. He gives back over to LaSavage, back to Gallo. Gallo starts towards the bucket, underneath. Contact made. Offensive foul call against Chris Gallo of Brooke.
And that was an excellent call that time. Shelton was right on the inside, took the charge, was there in plenty of time. Gallo just had his head down and attacked and rolled right into him, going underneath the basket.
Chris Gallo now ties up his shoelace. He walks back down the other end of the floor. Oak Hill inbounds, no pressure by Brooke. Shannon Morrison. Right of the key to pass to Craddock. Now to Keith Shelton. Keith crosses over the lane. Gives back to Lemerle Trainum. Trainum up high to Craddock. Craddock now. Couple of dribbles in the paint. Comes to PG Green. Fakes once. Now he shoots it off the glass. No good. Rebound gobbled down by Gaudio. Here come the Bruins with a chance to take the lead back. They're down by a point. 4:35 to play. 1989 Class AAA championship game from the Charleston Civic Center Coliseum. Gallo, far side pass, tip, knocked out of bounds by PG Green, intended for Pat Valero.
Well, no passing outlet that time, and Dave Ryder sees the same thing. Matt Gaudio was hanging back. His job is to get into the middle against that pressure and get the basketball. He wasn't there that time.
Inbounds, LaSavage up high. Dribbling with the left hand, deep left corner. Iris tries a three. No good off the side of the rim. Valero follows it up, won't go off the front of the rim. Rebound fought for. Craddock has it for Oak Hill. Outlet Keith Shelton. One bounce ahead to Morrison, who races over midcourt to the top of the circle. Red Devils by 1 point. We approach the 4-minute mark of the ball game. Trainum, high post pass. Artie Craddock. One dribble, two dribbles. Now he hands back. Nope, he looks to hand back. Does so on a bounce pass to Morrison. And Oak Hill wants a timeout. 3 minutes and 53 seconds to play here in the championship game. And it's the Oak Hill Red Devils with a 1-point lead, 44-43. Brooke led 14-9 at the end of the first quarter. Led at halftime, 27-18, a 9-point lead. Led at the end of the third quarter, 40-38. And the Red Devils came charging hard at the start of this quarter to take the lead. Our Fred Persinger is standing by the Brooke bench. What's the story there, Fred?
Well, right now, head coach Dave Ryder of Brooke High School, not a very happy man, and he's talking directly at his big sophomore Gaudio, letting him know that right now PG Green is owning him inside, and he wants Gaudio to become a stronger force inside. He's not pleased with the way his backcourt is handling the pressure either of Stuff Lynch and Shannon Morrison outside. His tactics right now, though, he said to them just as I was walking away from the bench, we've got to be a little more specific in what we're doing offensively. We're taking it down, and we're just rushing the shot, and he just challenged right now Gaudio, the sophomore. He said to him, son, you're playing like a sophomore. You got to play like a senior the rest of the way. We'll see what happens.
All right, Fred, thank you. 3:53 left. Inbounds, Oak Hill has possession. Artie Craddock, the big guy at the foul line, gets it into PG Green. He posts up, turns, fires off the glass, in and out, no good. Rebound fought for. Keith Shelton saves it with a pass up top. Trainum at the foul line, drop pass down low. Shelton on the baseline, under pressure, shoots and scores. What a great shot there by Keith Shelton, coming out of the crowd, a double team. He lays it up and in. Oak Hill takes a 3-point lead, 46-43. Now a double team on Chris Gallo in the backcourt. Brooke needs to get it over. Gallo fires a pass up ahead. Iris is all alone. Normally he'll fire from there, and he's been very hot tonight. Joe Iris has 12 points. Instead, they work it back up top. Gallo to LaSavage. Back on that near side corner to Iris. Now on the baseline, Pat Valero. He'll fire from 8 and around and in. He hits it. Pat Valero with his 3rd point of the ball game.
They flattened the zone well that time. Got the nice little jump shot. And that was a big bucket, 1-point game.
46-45. Red Devils by a point and the ball. PG Green turns, fires from 14 and hits.
Well, right now he's taking Gallo to the bank, and he just has too much size on him. He's getting turnaround jump shot up and over him.
21 points for PG Green. Brooke into the front court. Gaudio nearly loses it. Gets it over to Joe Iris near side. Bruins are down by 3. 48-45. 2:40 and counting. Drop pass left baseline. Valero quickly double team. Back to Iris. Back up high. LaSavage in the paint. Gaudio fakes. Has the ball stripped and stolen by the Red Devils. Craddock has it. PG Green is down on the play. He is hurt. Took a shot into the face.
In the teeth, I think, Tony. He was right there. He caught one right smack in the mouth.
He puts his hand into his mouth, wiggles his teeth, uses the tongue. Seems to be all right. He'll stay in.
You bet you he'll stay in. You can book that one.
48-45.
You know, Iris, you described that beautifully. He is not taking that shot anymore. I think he's missed the last couple shots. Really doesn't want to take it.
Red Devils by 3. 2:20 and counting. Shannon Morrison up high. Bounce pass far side. Stuff Lynch. Stuff brings it, dribble jog from left to right. He's out there with 4 fouls. Finds Green. Tip pass stolen away by the Bruins. He had Green sighted in the corner, but a great defensive look there by Brooke. They come away with the steal. Deep left side. Here's Iris. Fake that 3. Didn't pull this time. Up high to Gallo. Back to Iris. Guarded by Shelton. Back up top, Gallo. Now to Iris, left baseline. Valero fakes, gets it up top to Iris. They'll bring it out. Under 2 minutes to play. Here's Gallo, top of the circle, spins a pass to Iris. He'll try a three. Around, no good. Rebound, Morrison between two Bruins. Over midcourt. Bounce pass right side. Keith Shelton drives, shoots, and scores.
Boy, now he's had a couple big buckets. One under the basket, and this time on transition, coming in from the right side.
Off the bucket by Shelton, the Red Devils take a 5-point lead. 50-45 with exactly 1 minute and 36 seconds to play. Brooke has called a timeout, and they'll talk things over here. It's been a tremendous state tournament throughout the past 4 days. This is the final game of the tournament, the Class AAA championship. The single A title went to the Bulldogs of Birch High School, their first state championship since 1957. The AA championship went to the Williamson Wolfpack. One guy who's won some state championships in the past is Willie Akers, who's standing by with our Fred Persinger. Fred?
Willie Akers, it's a turnaround from one half to another. What's your thoughts on the game?
Well, I think the 1-3-1 three-quarter trap press has really got Oak Hill moving back in the ball game. Brooks a good team. They really, it's a great game. But I think the 1-3-1 trap really put Brooke back in the ball game.
You're still head coach. Would you like to have Gaudio to build around?
That's just what I told him. I love him. He goes after it and he beats people around. He's my kind of a player.
Bavarius Green for the Oak Hill Red Devils doesn't play too bad either.
No, I think he'd be a great recruit for the West Virginia University. I hate to say that, but maybe some Marshall people here, but I really hope to see him go to Morgantown.
Willie, thank you so much. Now back to Tony.
Thank you very much, Fred. There with Willie Akers, a 4-time state champion coach for the Logan Wildcats. Here we go now. Brooke has possession, 136 and counting, down by 5 points.
And I think they'll have to play some pressure game now. Brooke will. I think that's one of the things Dave Ryder talked about at this last time out.
Up high, Charlie Basil comes to Iris, near side hash mark. Iris goes cross court to Basil. He'll fire up a three, and it's blocked back over the Brooke bench by P.G. Green. Green went up the ladder there and swatted it down. Brooke has possession of the ball, 119 and counting. Iris up high. Gives to Gallo. Cross court, far side of the floor to Basil. Charlie looks down low. Now comes near side to Gallo at a double team. In the paint they go to Gaudio. He posts up, has his shot blocked by Green, gets it back, shoots, won't go. Green again has the rebound, and we've got a foul call with 58 seconds to play. It goes against Brooke. P.G. Green has took control here. Scoring on one end, playing great defense on the other, blocking a shot, then gathering in a rebound and drawing a foul. They'll call that one against Pat Valero of Brooke, his second personal, and with 58 seconds to go, the Red Devils of Oak Hill High School head to the foul line in the form of Bavarius Green. They lead by 5 points, 50-45. Green's foul shot up and in.
One thing that's very hard when you play this style of play and that slow tempo that Brooke does, when you get down and you have to shoot the ball a little bit quicker, you're so disciplined to run more time off the clock, it can hurt you.
Bavarius Green makes both foul shots. A 7-point Red Devil lead under 1 minute to play. 56 seconds and counting. Bruins into the front court. Gallo double team. Fires a pass to Iris. He fires from 13 feet. Good. Joe Iris scores the bucket, and immediately timeout is taken with 49 seconds showing on the clock. The Red Devils lead by 5, 52-47. We mentioned at the onset of this broadcast that tonight will be the last night that Oak Hill High School coach Jim Lilly will coach. He has announced his retirement. He's been coaching for 38 years, 27 at Oak Hill. And so he's got 49 seconds left in his coaching career. Win or lose, his club up by 5 points right now. And on the other side, if Jim Lilly represents the old school, the tradition of high school coaching, on the other side, for Brooke, you've got Dave Ryder, who represents the new breed of great coach in West Virginia, because what he has done at Brooke High School over the past several years has just been tremendous. They won the state title in their first ever appearance in the state tournament 2 years ago. And then last year they lost in a tight game in the regional championship and were denied a berth there. And now they come back this year and they roll into the championship game again. So two great coaches, one of the old school, one of the young school, going at it here tonight.
It might be better if Jim Lilly, Tony, gets out of that pressure defense now and comes back with 49 ticks on the clock.
Brooke uses full court pressure. Oak Hill inbounds, high pass to Prevarius Green. He takes it in, still in the backcourt, goes between the legs, spins around, contact made, and now we've got a foul call with 43 seconds to play. They'll call it against Brooke High School's Chris Gallo, and PG Green will head back to the foul line, a 1-and-1 opportunity.
Well, one of the pressure now, no matter what he does, you might want to back off from your pressure defense and come down and set up in a tight zone and guard the perimeter against the three-point shot, rather now than extending your defense, because it's really done its job. It's been a key in this game.
Green buries the first foul shot. He is now 6 of 7 at the line tonight. That was his 24th point. The Red Devils lead by 6, 43 seconds to play. Next one is up and in.
They're still in it.
He's money in the bank. Here comes Brooke. Up high, pass goes to Joe Iris. He drives back. Gaudio has it. Cross court. Basil tries a three. It's on the way. No good. Rebound. Brooke has it. Shot by Iris along the baseline. No good. Tipped up. Gaudio has it. We've got a foul call against Oak Hill with 29 seconds to go. Gaudio working the offensive glass. Comes down with a missed shot. And he is hit. Gaudio will head to the foul line. A 1-and-1 chance. That last foul called against PG Green, his 4th. 54-47. Oak Hill High School has a 7-point lead, and Matt Gaudio, who's 4 of 7 at the foul line tonight, steps up. A 1-and-1 chance. He can bring his club to within 5 of the lead. Shot is in the air. Good. 15 points now for the sophomore Gaudio.
And Brooke will be after him right after this, that's for sure.
Second shot is up, in. 5-point ball game. 29 seconds to play, and we've got a whistle over the end line on the inbounds. Oak Hill turns it over.
That was an excellent call, Tony. What happened was he tried to hand the ball directly into him. That's a violation.
Basil will inbound underneath the Brooke bucket. Looks to get it in, does so deep left corner, Gallo. Gallo guarded by Shelton. Up top to Iris. Up high to Gaudio. Back to Iris. The Bruins have to shoot it. They're down by 5 points. Gaudio up high. Underneath. Gallo misses the shot. Rebound Green. And we've got a foul call with 16 seconds to go.
Nobody wanted to take the shot there. Oak Hill came back out. Took care of the perimeter defensively. But there were a couple open shots. Finally, Gaudio knew he was out of position. Pushed it inside. The shot didn't go in. Foul at the other end.
The Bruins wasted some valuable time there because they couldn't get a three-point shot off. And as a result, PG Green fouled. 7 of 8 at the line tonight, goes to the other end and shoots and scores.
Well, that's what I talked about earlier, that when you play this style of play, you're directly looking for the best shot all the time. When you come down and need a bucket when you're trailing, 5 points is more like 9 points behind.
Green 5 of 5 from the foul line in the fourth quarter. Makes the first and the second. 56-49, 13 seconds to play. Oak Hill has the lead. Brooke has the ball. Iris drives the baseline. Air ball on the shot. Rebound Valero with 6 seconds. Valero fires up a 3. No good off the rim. 3 seconds. Rebound Green. 2 seconds. 1 second. It's all over. The Oak Hill Red Devils are the 1989 Class AAA champions in the state of West Virginia. A 7-point victory over the Brooke High School Bruins. 56-49 is the final score. And the Red Devil fans, the student section, storms the floor. The floor is covered here at the Civic Center Coliseum as Jim Lilly, the head coach of Oak Hill, goes out a state championship winner. In his 27th season as the school's head coach, he claims his 2nd state title, and no doubt this is the sweetest one of all. 56-49, Oak Hill has defeated the Brooke Bruins. After trailing for most of this contest, Oak Hill caught fire in the final moments of the 3rd quarter, took control in the 4th quarter. Fred Persinger is standing by now with Prevarius Green, who finished up with 27 points. Take it away, Fred.
Prevarius Green, just a tremendous comeback by the Oak Hill Red Devils. Your thoughts on the first half? You guys only scored 18 points.
First half, well, we was a little sluggish and all, but then the second half, we just started running our offense and we got back in the game.
What Coach Lilly tell you at halftime?
He said it was ours if we wanted. We just had to go out, work hard, and take it.
Your thoughts on Gaudio, the big kid, only a sophomore for Brooke?
He's going to be a good one.
How about your thoughts right now, knowing you've just given Jim Lilly a state championship in his last game?
I feel great. Words can't describe how I feel.
All year long, it's been a team effort all the way through the tournament as well.
Yeah, it has. We really worked hard to get here. I'm glad we won it.
Thank you, Prevarius. Now back to you, Tony.
Thank you very much, Fred. PG Green had 45 points in last night's semifinal victory over Stonewall Jackson, and he comes right back and scores 27 points in this championship game tonight. From the foul line, he was absolutely tremendous this evening. 9 of 10 from the foul line. Oak Hill has won it 56-49 over a very talented Brooke team. We'll return to the Charleston Civic Center Coliseum in a moment. We'll be hearing from Oak Hill High School head coach Jim Lilly and take in the awards ceremony along with the Class AAA All-Tournament team. But first, we hear this message from Beckley College.
Hi, this is Patty Campbell from the new Beckley College.
And this is Dr. George Balsamer inviting you to join the 2,000+ students who've made the new Beckley College #1 in Southern West Virginia.
#1 in new degrees for new jobs in the 1990s.
#1 with a new honors college.
#1 in new scholarships and new grants, including free education if you're unemployed or underemployed. Call us toll-free at 1-800-762-1500 to enroll now.
At the new Beckley College, you're #1.
There's never been a better time to own a new John Deere 20 to 55 horsepower tractor. Just ask your West Virginia John Deere dealer, because right now we're rolling out some great deals on the 20 horsepower 770 right on through the 55 horsepower 2355 tractors. Pick the power you need, then go with a fully equipped model or order the tractor just the way you want it. Either way, ask your dealer about on-the-spot financing for low monthly payments on the John Deere tractor of your choice.
How much would you miss your favorite sport if you had to give it up? Maybe you've already stopped playing tennis, baseball, or golf because of a previous injury or condition that keeps you from enjoying the game. Before you give up, check with the Sports Medicine Institute. This is an association of Morgantown Orthopedic Associates and Morgantown Physical Therapy Associates dedicated to treatment and rehabilitation. Their experience treating all levels of athletes has shown that sports medicine is appropriate to many non-athletic situations. Get back to your sport and your life. Call 599-2515.
Whoops. Hello. Back here at the Charleston Civic Center Coliseum. Time to clear the throat as the celebration continues on. 56-49. The Oak Hill Red Devils have just won the Class AAA championship game over the Bruins of Brooke High School. The celebration continues by the red-clad Oak Hill fans. This is the second state championship for head coach Jim Lilly. His club last won it in 1984 with a 78-63 win over the Generals of Stonewall Jackson. The Red Devils are still being congratulated, and in a moment here we'll have our awards presentation. Oak Hill, what they do here at the Civic Center is they line up chairs along the two foul lines, across the foul lines, and the two teams sit down in those chairs. And at this point, Brooke is nowhere to be found. Normally the two teams are on the floor, but Brooke is not on the floor at this point.
Now, session 2 on Wednesday night was the all-time record for session 2 of 10,500.
Just announced over the public addressing system here at the Civic Center that the attendance of this tournament over the past 4 days is an all-time record. 70,992 people came in through the gates here over the past 4 days, and an all-time record has been set here at the Charleston Civic Center for the course of this tournament. The Brooke Bruins now return to the floor after spending some time in their locker room. I'm sure head coach Dave Ryder wanted to make some final comments to his club before the presentation. Brooke certainly has nothing to be ashamed of, Jay Jacobs. They put out a tremendous effort, and they fall by 7 points.
Versatile club, and they can do a lot of things. And one of the keys that we said in the opening was the speed. Oak Hill owned that, and I think they were able to come out and did it with their defense and extended that defense, pressured and picked the tempo, and also took this large crowd from Oak Hill, brought them back in the basketball game, and it was excitement time the rest of the way, and throw in PG Green, and they just carried them right to a state title. An excellent basketball game.
Really was. 7 minutes and 25 seconds were left in the game. That is when Oak Hill took the lead for good. at 42-40. And then over that point, Oak Hill outscored Brooke 14-9. And they wind up with a 56-49 win. I believe the Sportsmanship Award has just been handed out, and that has been awarded to Oak Hill High School.
Class AAA cheering section.
Best cheering section coming up.
Oak Hill High School.
Well, I tell you what, the Red Devils are making a clean sweep of all the hardware here tonight.
Tony, it looks like to me they've got 5,000 people here.
Very well could. Tonight's total attendance, 8,114.
Next, here are the members.
And the all-tournament team now going to be announced.
You are asked to come forward at this time and remain for pictures.
Sure, we'll see a lot of Red Devils and Bruins.
DuPont High School, Kelly Sutton.
Kelly Sutton of DuPont High School had a great game in his team's quarterfinal loss to Fairmont West. He's a selection on the all-tourney team. We'll have to bring him down.
From Brooke High School, Chris Gallo.
Gallo tonight finishing up with 4 points, had 27 points for the 3 games in the tournament.
From Fairmont Senior High School, Tim Fitzwater.
Tim Fitzwater of Fairmont West, an all-tourney selection.
From Stonewall Jackson High School, John Jones.
Big John Jones, he'll play football next year at West Virginia. Stonewall Jackson team member on the all-tourney selection club.
I was impressed with him, Tony, his basketball ability.
Great athlete.
From Oak Hill High School, Romel Lynch.
He's known as Stuff Lynch, and he comes fired off that Oak Hill chair with his fist in the air, holding that plaque into the air. He's very excited. Stuff Lynch, 7 points tonight. Had a great game last night.
High
2 more years
School,
left.
Matt Gaudio.
No doubt about that one. Matt Gaudio has had himself a tremendous 3-day tournament. 66 points in 3 games.
From Oak Hill High School, P.J. Green.
P.G. Green. He will undoubtedly be
And from
Player of the
High
Year.
School, Joe Iris.
And Joe Iris, who had himself a great tournament as well. 57 points in 3 games. Great player. And the all-tournament team members now get together in front of the midcourt line and have their pictures taken. Fred Persinger is standing by with the executive secretary of the SSAC, Jim Hamrick.
Thank you, Tony Caridi. Jim Hamrick, I'll tell you what, partner, for your first one, you started off with a bang, don't you? A heck of a tournament.
Thank you, Fred. It's been a real good experience. We've had a wonderful tournament. Very, very few problems. Wonderful support from all the fans, and we're just very happy. We set a new attendance record. Everything went fine.
Over 70,000 in attendance, 4 days here at the Charleston Civic Center Coliseum. That means a lot of hard work, but I tell you, a lot of new faces made it to the state high school basketball tournament. Consequently, a lot of new fans came down to see just exactly what they do here in March in Charleston.
Yeah, they sure did. We had good representation from all over the state. We had people come, and even though some of them teams lost, they stayed with us, and it's just been a wonderful tournament.
Your thoughts now on the Secondary Schools Activities Commission. I know you've only been in the job a short time, but do you see any major changes coming forth anytime soon?
Well, we're seeing great growth in all our programs. We're financially strapped a little bit now. We're having to support an awful lot of programs, but we're going to take some things before the principals next month and try to keep the same quality that we've had in the past and continue to grow.
Indicative of the growth this morning, a tremendous crowd for the cheerleading championships.
We were extremely happy. We had over 3,000 people show up for the cheerleading competition. We're going to have to take a real good look at it, make some plans for expansion of it, and we're just real happy with it.
Jim, once again, congratulations on a job well done this 1989 state tournament.
Thank you, and I want to thank all you people at Metro News for doing an outstanding job.
We appreciate the opportunity to work with your fine office again, okay? Thank you.
You're welcome.
Jim Hamrick, and now back to Tony Caridi and Jay Jacobs.
All right, thank you very much, Fred. The awards continue to be presented. We'll return to Charleston in a moment with a final comment. This is the Metro News Radio Network.
And now, would the members of the Oak Hill High School team step forward to receive your individual championship awards. And now, with pride and pleasure, we present the Class AAA West Virginia Boys Basketball Championship Trophy and Game Ball to Oak Hill High School. We express our sincere thanks to everyone for being a part of this 1989 Boys Basketball Championship Tournament here at the Charleston Civic Center, and thank you for setting a new all-time attendance record.
Back in Charleston, the Class AAA State Championship trophy has just been awarded to Oak Hill High School, 56-49. That's the score. Oak Hill defeating the Brooke Bruins. Oak Hill taking the lead with 7 minutes and 25 seconds to play in the ball game after trailing for 3 quarters plus. They came back and they earned themselves the state championship. Head coach Jim Lilly of Oak Hill High School making his way over to our broadcast location, stopping to pose for a picture with his daughter. And
how you doing, Coach?
Here comes Coach Lilly.
Right here.
Coach, we've got a seat reserved for you right here. One final time. Well, Coach, congratulations. It was a very exciting, very entertaining basketball game. Your club getting down by double figures. Let's go over the game. Let's talk about the first half to start off with. What were your thoughts about that first half?
Well, I knew one thing, that we weren't scoring, Tony. It looked to me like that we started playing too much individual basketball, and that I kept trying to pound that into their heads, and then finally I got them in there at halftime, and I told them, I said, now look, we're playing too much of this individual basketball. I said, let's run our motion, and then I said, what else will run? And of course, I didn't come up with anything that was satisfactory, and finally we got an isolation play that we tried to run, and it ran a little bit better, and then we decided, well, look, we're not getting the things done that we need to. We're not active. We're not doing things like we should. We have trapped twice this year. This was the second time we've had to trap. And of course, when we went out and trapped, our kids got a little more active and did a much better job. Of course, you know, we came out of the game with the win then.
1-3-1, 1-2, 1-1 pressure. Is that what you used now?
We were using only a 1-3-1. But we extended the 1-3-1 a little more than we normally do. We have court trap right up here. And of course we use these sidelines and everything else, but they were trying to, you know, when they got it here, they were putting the ball down too far for us. So we decided, well, shoot, let's just extend the thing and get on up here and try to make them, you know, have a little more trouble getting that ball up the court and maybe force them to shooting something other than those darn threes. I got tired of seeing them shoot those threes out there.
You know, Coach, one thing, excuse me, Tony, one thing happened. I thought they didn't attack it well at all. I thought they came down and really played into your hands, because when they did try to come over top of the pressure, instead of going at the basket, they let you come back up and set up defensively, and it really helped you to get. Yeah, that was.
I was tickled to death
sure
that
you
they were
because
attacking that way too.
That
I
helped
knew
you a
what
lot.
they had to do.
Yeah.
Of course, you played enough basketball. You know that you got to take that ball inside, and they weren't taking the ball inside. They're throwing it over top of us, and then they throw it out to the point, and they just weren't getting the job done.
You surprised at all? You've only used the 1-3-1 twice this whole season. Your club goes out and performs it like they work on it every day.
Well, we work on it some. We
But
we haven't abandoned it.
Yeah, but not in the game situation.
We work on it, and we worked on it, and we were down 19 against Charleston. We came in, and I said, shoot, we can't play like this. And we were tired. We'd been to Greenbrier East the night before and came back. And, of course, we did a real good job that night. We came back to 19 and beat them by 4 or 5.
Coach, one thing, did you happen to, whenever you got into your sets, anything, when you set up to try to run that break, you got Green out, you got Shelton involved in the ball game because he had been standing around. Your people just really came alive, and that great crowd of yours, it came alive right with your kids, and it really was a big lift.
I'll tell you, we got the greatest basketball crowd in the state. I don't care what Logan says. I've been there, and I've been at Oak Hill, but I think this is a much greater crowd as far as ball games are concerned. We've had them into our game all year long. And they're a great help to us.
Speaking of great, Prevarius Green goes out with 27 points. We understand.